Good evening, you're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. The National Competitiveness Committee reviews latest reports and international indices to enhance the Sultanate status and upgrade its competitiveness in development indices. The Ministry of Health announces 9 deaths and 696 new cases of COVID-19 in the Sultanate. And Israeli airstrikes kill at least 6 people overnight across the Gaza Strip and destroy the home of the extended family despite growing international pressure for a ceasefire. Those were the headlines, and now live from this news center of the Sultanate of Oman television, here we present to you the details. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq sent a cabal of greetings to His Excellency President Paul Biya of Cameroon on his country's National Day. The National Competitiveness Committee reviewed in its meeting today latest developments on reports and international indices that National Competitiveness Office pursue. The committee members affirmed on the necessity that the information given to these organizations must be accurate and updated, as inaccurate information might negatively affect on the Sultanate status in the world ranking. The office, in coordination with the bodies concerned, works to strengthen the Sultanate status and enhance its competitiveness in the international development indices. The meeting was chaired by His Excellency Dr. Saeed bin Mohammed Al-Saqri, Minister of Economy. The Ministry of Transport, Communications and Information Technology has begun implementing the medium-term action plan for Open Data 2021-2024 that aims to enhance open data-based decision-making in economic and strategic sectors and stimulate innovation and entrepreneurship that is also based on open data and adopting emerging technologies in open data science and analysis. The medium-term open data operational plan includes governance and availability, stimulating data-based projects and building human competencies. It also contains 8 initiatives with performance indicators that aim to classify the Sultanate within the group of countries in the first quarter of the Global Data Scale report by 2024, in addition to publishing 1,000 sets of open data on online platforms. The Minister of Health announced 9 deaths and 696 new cases of COVID-19 in the Sultanate. It also registered 659 recovered cases. The Minister of Health announced that the total number of COVID-19 cases registered in the Sultanate reached 207,805, while the total number of deaths reached 2,228. The total recovered cases reached 192,198, with a recovery rate of 92.5%. The ministry indicated that the total number of inpatients reached 681, of which 252 are in intensive care units around the Sultanate's health care institutions. Acting in cooperation with the World Health Organization, the Sultanate today hosted a high-level regional meeting held via video conference with the aim of fostering peace through health and health through peace. The meeting, which is currently going on at this particular time, Dr. Ahmed bin Mohammed Al-Saidi said the COVID-19 pandemic soared in the country and the region has experienced an even more intense blow where countries are not only facing the pandemic, but nearly 2/3 of them are suffering different kinds of humanitarian emergencies, including political conflict, environmental threats, and other natural disasters, all of which bear profound adverse impacts on health, peace, development, and security, both in the immediate and long terms. I met with His Excellency, the Minister of Health, and he had this to say.
We are very proud in Oman to have an initiative called the Global Health for Peace Initiative in partnership with Switzerland and the World Health Organization. Today's meeting is part of that. We are calling basically for safety of healthcare personnel and healthcare institutions in countries where there are conflicts. We all know without security, without peace, there is no health, there is no prosperity. This initiative, with participation from many countries across the globe, highlight the need for the security and peace, and using healthcare as a bridge to achieve peace and security. We know that in our region, which is called the Eastern Mediterranean region of WHO, more than 2/3 of the countries in this region are unfortunately, in addition to facing the pandemic of COVID-19, they are facing conflicts and natural disasters. More than 65% of displaced individuals worldwide are from our region. Therefore, Oman, which is well known for its peace mediation, for its goodwill, we took this initiative and it found very much support from many countries in the region and beyond. And the participation from the Eastern Mediterranean region is very strong, in addition to European countries and from other countries worldwide. So the aim of this today, to highlight that we need to work together. We need to have peace and security for healthcare also to flourish. And we all know, and this pandemic taught us, that no one is safe until all of us are safe.
The Minister of Health, represented by the Directorate General of Nursing Affairs, celebrated today the launching of 2 postage stamps entitled "Thank You for Your Sacrifices for Our Beloved Oman." The event was held under the auspices of His Excellency Dr. Ahmed Al-Saidi, Minister of Health. I was present there as well, and I have this report. The Minister of Health, represented by the Directorate General of Nursing Affairs, celebrated today the launching of 2 postage stamps entitled "Thank You for Your Sacrifices for Our Beloved Oman," that were released by Oman Post in line with the occasion. The virtual issuance ceremony was held under the auspices of His Excellency Dr. Ahmed bin Mohammed Al-Saidi, Minister of Health, with the attendance of the Minister of Health Undersecretaries, as well as Acting Chief Executive Officer of Oman Post and Asyad Express Company, the President of Oman Nursing Association, and Minister of Health senior officials. The ceremony commenced with a speech of the Minister of Health, where he praised the significant role of nursing staff, pointing out that this occasion reflects the vital role of nursing profession in healthcare. He added there is coordination with the officials concerned in Oman Post and Asyad Express Company to allocate postage stamps highlighting the role of nursing and midwife profession in providing high-quality health services.
Today we launched 2 stamps, postage stamps, that commemorate the celebration of the International Nursing Day. And the main idea of the 2 stamps that reflect the hard work, the dedication and the commitment of our nurses and in general healthcare staff. And those stamps reflect the sacrifices that nurses at all the different specializations in the country are contributing to the overall healthcare of our communities.
The Minister of Health assured that these stamps commemorate the Sultanate celebration on the International Nursing Day, which came this year under the theme "A Voice to Lead, a Vision for Future Healthcare," that will contribute to understanding the vision of the nursing profession in the Omani society. This year's theme comes to appreciate the efforts of all workers in the nursing services amid the COVID-19 pandemic, where these workers prove their readiness and high efficiency in dealing with this pandemic, which positively contributes to reducing the pandemic's effects on the health system. Dr. Jamal Al-Khuduri, Minister of Health, Director General of Nursing Affairs, affirmed that the central role of nurses played in the daily response to the epidemic, and that this day is a simple gift for these outstanding efforts and sacrifices. At the end of the celebration, the Minister of Health thanked the nursing groups and tribute to the souls of COVID-19 victims, including Nurse Shanuna An-Nu'maniya, the first Omani nurse who passed away due to this pandemic. May Allah place her soul and all others in peace. Issuing a postal stamp is indeed a way of appreciating the dynamic role of nurses and midwives in providing comprehensive health care to all segments of society and for their position in the front line combating epidemics and pandemics that threaten the lives of people in Oman, the humanity, and the world at large. From the Ministry of Health headquarters, I'm Abdullah bin Ahmed al-Rubai, Sultanate of Oman Television, Muscat. The Minister of Commerce, Industry and Investments Promotion announced a package of facilities for commercial companies in all legal forms which desire to liquidate and merge their commercial register starting from 15th of June and for the period of 1 year. The ministry pointed out that facilities for liquidation of their commercial registers include that liquidate shall be one of the partners instead of accountancy and auditing offices approved by bodies concerned, and exemption from all government fines resulted from the liquidation of commercial companies. It said that the liquidation procedures may continue in case that the expatriate worker has accepted or the existence of debts of the company without the prejudice to the liability of the company regarding its previous indebtedness, provided that the company has obtained clearance letter from Royal Oman Police for non-runaway workers. Most people adhere to decisions of the Coronavirus COVID-19 Supreme Committee. Time of lockdowns and bans on movement was a great opportunity for some people to spend more time in reading and literary and scientific compilation. In the governorate of North Al-Batina, some writers focused on reading and established home libraries. They also wrote some books and novels, some of which were published and others in the process of publication. Museum Day has become an extraordinary occasion to advocate for the role of museums in society. I had a chance to visit some of the museums in the capital here, Muscat, and I managed to come up with this report. World countries celebrated International Museum Day while COVID-19 pandemic is still storming many countries around the globe. The Sultanate, represented by the Ministry of Heritage and Tourism, marked the occasion yesterday along with the world countries. This annual event is aimed at raising awareness about the fact that museums are an important means of cultural exchange, enrichment of cultures and development of mutual understanding, cooperation and peace among peoples.
Oman is joining the world in celebrating the International Museums Day. The theme of this year was the future of museum, recover and reimagine. And the hope through this theme that museums will be empowered and enriched in targeting more visitors virtually.
The Ministry of Heritage and Tourism exerted sincere efforts to operate museum activities in a bid to cope with the circumstances posed by COVID-19 pandemic. This ministry organizes different museums activities virtually and continues meetings with the educational institutions to develop the role of museums in various fields.
Last year, 2020, the ministry succeeded in targeting 60,000 number of visitors to the Natural Heritage Museum. This number, we believe that we could also enrich and also we could also target more, hopefully this year.
On the other hand, the National Museum in Muscat continues to receive visitors and conducts virtual activities related to the museum.
The world is celebrating International Museum Day. Here at the National Museum, we're very happy to be part of this special occasion. Our National Museum continues to be active by providing a number of activities through social media and receiving the visitors here in line with the guidelines issued by the Supreme Committee.
International Museum Day is significant for creating awareness about the role of museums in the development of society on an international level. Thus, the Sultanate of Oman has celebrated the special occasion of International Museum Day along with the world countries. Abdullah bin Ahmed al-Rubai, Sultanate of Oman Television, National Museum, Muscat. And now for the international news. Israeli airstrikes have killed at least 6 people overnight across the Gaza Strip and destroyed the home of an extended family despite growing international pressure for a ceasefire. The military said today it widened its strikes on militant targets in the Palestinian territories south to blunt continuing rocket fire from Hamas. Residents surveyed the piles of bricks, concrete and other debris that has once been the home of 40 members of Al-Astal family. They said everyone escaped after warning missiles hit the building. The Israeli military says it struck a militant tunnel network around the towns of Khan Yunis and Rafah. Gaza health officials said at least 219 Palestinians have been killed in airstrikes. 12 people in Israel have been killed in rocket attacks. The novel coronavirus has killed more than 3.4 million people since the outbreak emerged in China in December 2019. At least 164.2 million cases of coronavirus have been registered. Yesterday, 14,243 new deaths and 621,664 new cases were recorded worldwide. The United States is the worst affected country with 587,219 deaths. After the US, the hardest hit countries are Brazil with 439,050 deaths, Mexico 220,746, and Britain with 127,691 deaths. Europe overall has more than 1.1 million deaths. Asia has reported 424,337 deaths. The Middle East 138,693 and Africa 126,887 deaths. And now to India. India today reported more coronavirus deaths in a single day than any other country at any time during the pandemic, while infections continued to spread through a vast rural areas with weak health systems. The health ministry reported a record of 4,529 deaths in the past 24 hours, driving India's confirmed fatalities to 283,248. It also reported 267,334 new infections as daily cases remained below 300,000 for the third consecutive day. The situation is particularly alarming in Uttar Pradesh, India's most populous state, with 200 million people, where a court Monday said citizens have been left at God's mercy. The state has more than 136,000 confirmed active infections. In many parts of Uttar Pradesh, people are dying of fever and breathlessness even before getting tested for coronavirus. Crematoriums have run out of food and hundreds of bodies are washing up on the banks of the Ganges River. Still in India, Indian Navy ships have recovered 22 bodies of people who were aboard a barge that sank off Mumbai as a cyclone blew ashore this week. A Navy spokesperson said the search is continuing for 55 more missing people. He said the 3 ships and helicopters involved in the search had rescued 184 people in rough seas with waves of up to 7 meters. Cyclone Taote, the most powerful storm to hit the region in more than 2 decades, packed sustained winds of up to 210 kilometers per hour when it came ashore in Gujarat state late Monday. The storm left more than 50 dead in Gujarat and Maharashtra states. You're watching the Sultanate of Oman television, and before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. The National Competitiveness Committee reviews latest report and international indices to enhance the Sultanate status and upgrade its competitiveness in development indices. The Ministry of Health announces 9 deaths and 696 new cases of COVID-19 in the Sultanate. And Israeli airstrikes kill at least 6 people overnight across Gaza Strip and destroy the home of an extended family despite growing international pressure for a ceasefire. And with that, we do conclude this news bulletin brought to you live from this news center of the Sultanate of Oman Television. Once again, remember to follow the precautionary measures to stay safe and healthy. Good night.